Hey, look what I have with me. 6 golden rules of social media. You probably have it, you probably have downloaded it. And you know what? Maybe you'll be motivated to get it from Amazon. Who knows? But anyway, what I want to do today is to give you a recap of what was that signature talk that I did that elaborated the content for the 6 golden rules of social media, which then became the bootcamp and then became the social university, and now we have the marketing mastermind circles. Isn't that amazing? One signature talk can take you to that series of content that will make your life really easy. Once you know what your audience wants and what they want to consume from you, you get it. Rule number 1, social media is not different than making the regular connections. Let's say, for example, that you and I meet at Target. Do you think that you'll be courageous enough to poke me and say, hey, what is your name? My name is this, and I sell nutritional products. Would you like to drop 10 pounds? No, you would not do that. Because of that, my question is, what makes you think that social media will be any different? Our reaction will still be the same if we get some spam message that we are not soliciting. Okay, so number 1 is be mindful. Social media is not any different. Remove your stress and behave just in the same way that you behave when you are going out there. Get over yourself. Rule number 2, this is not about you. It is about them. And that means that even though you see that you take your selfies and you are out there showing your amazing life to the world, and let's face it, we all have that friend that posts when they wake up, what do they eat for breakfast, how amazing their life is, and they are the unicorn, and they are so special, and they drive this car, and they are taking selfies, and they go and out there and selfie again, and life is beautiful, all of that sparkling thing. Do you get my point here? It is not about you, it is about them. The more you engage with people, the more they will engage with you. So here is your $1 million secret. Do you want to have more likes and more engagement? Do you want to turn your Facebook into that cash machine so it can turn your money coming in? Ooh, that sounds like amazing, right? So this is what you have to do. You have to give more. That's it. You have to give more. Rule number 3. Oh my God. Be personal, not private. What is the difference here? Be personal means that you want to show people that you are real. That means that it is okay to post a video when you are without any makeup. It is okay to show to the world how your life is behind the scenes. That's totally fine. There is a difference between being personal and being private. And the main difference is a lot. Don't check in when you are on your bed. For another example is if you go to the doctor and they're taking blood test and you have the needle there. I know that you're gonna have that snap and you're gonna take that picture. Please, 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 people don't need to see that. Anything that requires an explanation, then that is kind of private. Remove it, please. Number 4 is offer value, not a sale. A lot of people want to launch their market, to launch their brand and their product, and they believe that it's going to sell like that. It doesn't work in that. Remember, we are using social media to establish connections. And because of that, we want to establish those connections giving first. The more you give, the more you get. Before, like I said, the more you engage with people, the more they will engage with you. In the book, you will see the technique that is called the invisible sales. And if you watch the videos that are here, part of this university, you will see that we have a list of things that you can do that will ignite your ideas to give value to people instead of the sale. We also have the invisible sales post. Go and check that out. I would love to hear your ideas about that. Number 5 is be a storyteller. Stories are historical. We remember stories ever since we learned how to speak. That is exactly how our brain works. We can refer stories and we can share stories with our friends. Isn't that the purpose of social media? Your content is going to fly faster and further if you create stories within your message. What stories are you going to create? For example, the story of you, your brand, what makes you unique, the story of your clients. How did you meet them? How did you find them? What happens in your life? Using storytelling, it is an advanced technique that in fact you can go to college to learn that, but we're trying the best we can to give you templates and example so you can master that technique. The more you practice, the more master you will become, and that's what I call my ninjas, right? So be a storyteller, not a seller. Social media is not like coming here and post like the way that you would post a radio commercial. It's not like that. And that's a challenge, right? Number six, one of my favorites because that's where the money is. The more you keep engaging with people, the more they will engage with you. Now we learned that, right? The next question is, how are you going to create a system if everything is organic? If everything is happening throughout the day, and how can you make sure that you're not going to miss opportunities? Don't confuse the fact that you're establishing those connections just like when you go out, network, and meet new people. I love social media for networking, but you have to keep the track. Create a system for that. Any system. Don't get complicated here, please. You can use a notebook, you can use your calendar, you can use tasks, and we will talk about it. Whatever is going to be easiest for you, that is what we're going to do. For you not to forget, how is it that you can leverage the activities that you can do to keep boosting your social media presence and your networking activities. Let's talk about the actionable steps. I'm sure that you will be watching the 6 golden rules lessons, and they will have many actionable steps. If there is one that you should do, is the challenge that I give you to start engaging in conversations with people. And I call that challenge Operation 1051. It has been the best results producing ever. Operation 1051 means you are going to do 10 conversations with strangers. Make sure that you filter them, and we will teach you how to do that. Then from those 10, 5 are going to come and reply back to you. From those 5, probably you have one qualified person. Let's say that you do this maybe 5 times a week. That means that every week you establish 5 new warm connections that are going to turn into relationships. Guess what? At the end of the month, that means 30 very nurtured relationships. Each of those have at least 500 people in their network. Guess what? Whenever you share something, they will share your content. That can only happen if you do that first, remember. So we will keep training you on that, and that is kind of a muscle that you will build the more you do it. That's why Operation 1051, it is going to be the most amazing marketing activity that you will do during this time that we are together. Can't wait to hear your results. See you next time.